Good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day. May the blessings of the Irish be upon you. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Good morning, Lee Put. Thank you. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I apologize for the lack of a interview this weekend. Couple things are going on that made it to where I wasn't able to. So I apologize. Hello, Matt. Hope you're doing well. But I was unable to get to a show, and so I apologize. It's a little chillier this morning. According to my car, it's 35 degrees. It just started warning me that ice is possible, which this time of year we always know in this area that ice is possible. So take it nice and easy today. I just realized that the time on my clock in my car is 1 minute slow. Something to keep an eye on. So I hope that when everybody goes out, they're wearing a touch of green somewhere on them. I always chuckle and kind of cringe when you ask somebody or say to somebody, you're not wearing green. And they say, well, not that you can see. And it's like, way too much information. Why didn't I have a show? Well, that's a little bit, I guess it's not that complicated. Andrew said that the birthday party for the kid was going to be Saturday. So I didn't set nothing up with the thoughts that I would not be in the area. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to finish explaining what I was saying. So I decided, I wasn't going to be in the area. I wasn't trying to rush back home to get to the show and do all that. And we'll get to why I wear green in a minute, because that is on my mind. That was something I was going to talk about. It's St. Patrick's Day, if you're not aware. That's why I wear green. But so I hope everybody has corned beef ready. I don't know, do you eat corned beef and cabbage? Just regular corned beef? Do you like Reuben's? What do you like? But so the topic, and it's not a very big topic. Well, it is, because there's just so much, but we're going to touch on it. You guys feel free to add to it. But leprechauns is the subject of today's drive, if you can believe that. What else would you talk about on St. Patty's Day? Other than, you could talk about what the holiday is based off of, but that's really not paranormal. But so the very word is originating from an older word, which I tried to figure out how to pronounce, and I just wasn't pronouncing it right. So it's pretty close to the current leprechaun, and it literally translates into small body, which pretty much leprechauns, unless they're doing some trickery, are under, well, some say they're a couple feet tall, or other superstitions say they're no more than a foot tall. So but they're been reported that they can make themselves appear taller. So take that with a grain of salt. But most people agree It's pretty small. Um, they are typically wearing some kind of green, um, have beards, not in the true original folklore. They're not a handsome looking lot. Um, well, yeah, from the movies, they get it kind of right as far as the folklore go. So they're not very handsome to look at. A lot of times they have long nails and sharp teeth and very, very solitary creatures that come from the Celtic and Irish folklore. And yeah, sorry guys, kind of waking up still. Um, from the Irish and Celtic folklore, and they love their solitary lifestyle. You don't generally see more than one together. Generally, if they're unless they're some kind of meeting or something, they don't hang out with each other. Matter of fact, if another one's around, they think they're out to steal their gold. That's pretty much their main focus in their lives is gold. They want gold, they have gold, and they want more of it, as much gold as possible. And once you cross the leprechaun and go for his gold, they'll do anything they can to take it back. Um, they're very, very mischievous and fun and love pranks. Um, they, they love a good joke, a good prank. They're very mischievous, very magical, and oh yes, and they love to drink. uh, you might be able to postpone some trouble if you are able to convince one to drink with you. Now, speaking of convincing them of things, I've heard or read that well, the value of the dollar ain't what it used to be. Best in gold, laddie. Best in gold. But if you capture one, if you are lucky or unlucky, depending on you, they kind of, I think they kind of combine two stories. I believe in the one over the other, but they say if you capture one, if you're so lucky, um, you that will the two conflicting stories is give you three wishes, which I think that sounds too close to gin and genies, yeah, to than leprechauns. Uh, if you capture one, I'm more leaning towards you're able to have them take you to their pot of gold. Um, however, like I said, word to the wise, they'll do anything to take it back. And they will not rest. And just because you take one piece and thinking that'd be good enough and leave the other, they will hide their other and come look for that one piece. They know they're collecting. They are like a lot of the Fae, but I don't think they have too much interest in taking your name. Now they are a lover of shoes and often known to be. Well, they said cobblers, but I think that's taking it to a different. Don't go hunting at. Don't go leprechaun hunting at Point Park. Yeah, don't go hunting for leprechauns. Period. To be honest with you, but no, as far as the name, I don't think they really care. Only thing that they really care about is pulling pranks on you. If you got some good beer, they might sit and chat with you. Um, they might steal your shoes, admire your shoes. They really love shoes too, but not as much as their gold. Um, but I think they're kind of the hermits of the Fae world. They are considered part of the Fae. There is no doubt about that. But I think they're kind of the hermits, like leave the old man up on the hill. Leave me alone. I don't know if there's power down in this area. Oh yeah, there's power. I see lights on down here. Just seemed a little dark for a moment. So yeah, they're considered a lover of cobbling shoes, cobblers, they say. And so now the movies, like I said, kind of have it right. I don't think their powers grant them unlimited travel of distance and all kinds of things like you see in the movies, but I do believe that they have some power. So now on to why we wear green on St. Patrick's Day. Well, nowadays it's so we don't get pinched. It became to the point where people will pinch you nowadays if you don't wear green. But it started off to help keep you from being a prank being pulled on you or coming across and having trouble with leprechauns. Originally, if you wore green, you became basically invisible to the leprechaun. It would keep you from being seen by them. And that's why we wear green now. However, like I said, it's more of a fun thing now that people, because leprechauns, the pinching thing, I guess leprechauns would relentlessly pinch you throughout the day on St. Patrick's Day if you didn't have green on as part of their pranks too. So you get pinched. I think there's something more to it, but I from last night till today, it's not coming to mind. And there was one other thing that is coming to mind, but it's right on the tip of my tongue, but it'll come to me in a minute that I was going to bring up. But those are the very basics of it. The leprechaun is not your friend. And yeah, that hunting for leprechauns down at Point Park that Leaf was talking about is an inside joke. One that we really can't tell on here. So make sure you have your green on today, friends and family, so you don't be seen by the leprechaun. Oh, I know what I was going to bring up because it escaped my mind. One way to ward off a leprechaun shy of wearing green is the magical lucky four-leaf clover. For some reason, it has some kind of mystical, magical repellent to the leprechauns. They hate them for some reason. I guess I should have looked a little further into that, because now that seems weird that a little plant, little flower clover would have that kind of power over a mystical being from of the Fae. But I suppose we have all kinds of superstitions of yes, but we have all kinds of superstitions like salt and sage and all this kind of protection from the Fae world. Lucky rabbit's foot. Lee asked if I had my Shamrock shake yet, and oh yeah, I've had 2 of them now. I probably normally would have had 3 or 4 by now, but I'm doing my best to not treat my body so bad with all that kind of junk food. But I've had a Shamrock shake from McDonald's every year for the last at least 30, if not longer. How about you guys? You like Shamrock shakes? Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I do kind of, if I remember correctly. I know why we have so much, why we eat corned beef and cabbage on St. Patrick's Day, is when the Irish settlers come, the Irish immigrants came over, they were very poor and didn't have a lot of money, and those cuts of meat and such were generally the low end, almost thrown out cuts of beef. And so, since they had next to no money and had to eat, they would buy that cut of beef to for their families, and so that's why it became kind of an Irish thing. And I'm assuming that as things got somewhat better for them, they were finding work and able to do more. They, they just got it to where it's one day of the year as opposed to all year round. I'm sure most of the Irish immigrants hated corned beef after a while. They would salt it down and such to keep it from going bad, of course. That's why a lot of people eat corned beef now on St. Patrick's Day, is kind of traced back to the early Irish settlers in America. So, what do you guys think? Is there anything you'd like to add to that? Is there any traditions that you do on St. Patrick's Day? I used to do a lot of drinking on St. Patrick's Day. Not so much anymore. I don't think I took tomorrow off. I better check that before I come into work and find somebody else here working for me. Which I've done. Think I was done with vacation and come back a day early and somebody be there or something, or don't remember why I took a day off and show up at work at 4 in the morning. People are looking at me like, why the hell are you here? No, really? On me coming to work when I'm not supposed to? Yeah, really, if that's what you're talking about. That's happened, what, twice now? You benefit from it, Leefoot, because I just swing down and pick you up so you don't have to ride the bus to work. So you should hope that happens. Oh, and drinking, yeah. No, really. Can you believe that? I used to drink a lot on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. Yeah, my favorite beer for this holiday is Smithwick's. Um, there was a restaurant I had it for the first time down in Clearfield, PA. I don't remember the name of it. I think it was Denny's Pub, Denny's Bear Barrel or something like that. Really good food. Really, really busy place. Gotta generally wait a while to sit down because they're so busy. They got some kind of challenge. Hey, Matt, you have a good day too. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Love you. Uh, for those that don't know, Matt's my son. But yeah, so Denny's Beer Barrel Pub, yes, in Clearfield, PA. That's the first place I ever had a Smithwick's beer, and I prefer that over Guinness. I don't even, Guinness, I don't know. I just never did care for the taste of that. But, oh well, it is what it is, right? World's largest burger. They made it, uh, world's largest burger. They made it to the book of Guinness Book of World Records. Though, yeah, I haven't attempted that yet. This little place here, this little stretch of road, I'm always speeding on because they dropped the speed limit down to 25 in a matter of a few seconds. And the only time I'm really on this road is this time of day going to work, and it's like, then I see the sign and remember to slow down. It is made by Guinness. Yes, you're right. You guys should be thanking me. I'm not singing "Oh Donny Boy" or "When Irish Eyes Are Smiling" or such. My singing is not all that great, friends and family. But I suppose, guys, I'm kind of thinking of coffee. I wish I could have a cup of Irish coffee, but yeah, they would frown about that. They'd frown on that at work. Anybody drink green beer? I never have that I can remember. I don't know. Didn't you put some dye in beer one year, Leefoot? Outside of possibly at Leefoot's place, I don't remember ever drinking any green beer. Matter of fact, I know I didn't drink green beer other than possibly at his place. But today, though, I'm drinking coffee. So make sure everybody you wear a touch of green. Watch out for the wee folk that might be causing trouble. And word of advice, if you could have some gold from the Leprechaun, I've never, in the movies and anything I've read, any details, any stories I've heard, I've never heard of somebody getting to keep the gold. They always come to some demise. So, with that being said, if you get the opportunity to get some gold from a leprechaun by trapping it or stumbling across it at the rainbow's end, I recommend just leaving it there if you value your life, because you're not going to be able to keep it anyways. So, with that, I'm going to call it good. I'm at where I get my coffee. I hope you have a lovely day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And as always, friends and family, stay spooky.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping down and appreciate the visit. Now get the hell off of my porch. We'll see you the next time. Come on back.